and maybe I was also aware of it, but didn't want to because I was afraid it was going to have a negative impact on the actual game then.
Sure.
So yeah, a lot of complicated philosophical things like that. Yeah. I mean, you can reflect it to death.
Sure. But I mean, it's really interesting to sort of hear, how complex it is for a sort of top, sportsman, footballer. Just because we're slightly not running out of time, but I'm conscious you've only got an hour, which is very kind. I just wanted to maybe just move on to the title-winning season. Now, you got a run in the first team, didn't you? I think David De Gea maybe started that season 12-13 as the first choice, but he then Ferguson dropped him and you came in. That's correct, isn't it? And you played a sort of string of games up to a game I think I mentioned the other day actually, which was the 1st of December 2012, which was a 4-3 win at Reading. So if I'm correct in what I say, I'm just wondering what you recall about that. Did you feel like this is your big chance? Because I remember it at the time. He basically, he as I remember anyway, Ferguson gave you a chance, didn't he, to be the number one?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure he did. Ferguson was extremely fair to me. Very, very, very honest, very transparent.
Right.
He said it as it was. And yeah, I got the chance the season before that as well.
Yes.
In David's first season. Up until I got my ankle injury. I had a really bad injury on my ankle, which I never really recovered from.
Yes.
To this day.
Yes.
And on the morning of the training where I got that injury, Eric Steele excuse me.
It's okay.
Eric Steele came over to me in Carrington. I was sitting having my breakfast, and he said, the gaffer is very happy with you, and you're doing really well. And I was doing really well. I was playing really well. I was on the top of my game, and I was solid. I started having the saves I should have, and the game with my feet was working as it should. I mean, I was in the top 5, at least top 10 in Europe at the time, playing football with my feet for a goalkeeper.
Yes.
Very, very high level. And he came over to me and said, yeah, you're doing amazing. Manager's very happy with you. You're going to play the rest of the season Premier League.
Wow.
And David is going to play Europa League.
Wow.
And I was thrilled. I was happy. Went out, made a silly exercise. Had to jump up and punch a ball over a mannequin. And I got my foot stuck in the mannequin. And twisted the ankle. And I was laying there on the ground, and I just started crying.
Oh.
I could see my whole world falling apart right in front of me.
Oh, Christ.
And yeah, so I was out for the rest of that season, and then next season coming, I started off with the team. The pre-season games went well, but I was not fit. I literally couldn't jump off my right foot.
Right.
My kicking was horrendous. It was at the best, it was just bad for Premier League level. And Premier League level at that time was pretty bad, And yeah, but I was not mature enough, and I was not brave enough to say, listen, my ankle is not right. I need to get off the pitch and get this right before I can play a part here.
Yes.
But I was not brave enough to do that, and I knew that it was very close between David and I knew the manager had a really good eye to me, and I knew that if David he had a very short lease before I would get the chance, and I got the chance. The first game was Southampton away. I think we won 3-2, and I had a string of games.
Yes.
I don't know, 5-6 games or something like that, and then came the Reading game. It was before the Manchester City game away, I think.
That's right.
And we won 3-2. I played another terrible match, and he dropped me for the Manchester City match. And I remember he came up to me at the bus, and he said it to me the day before, and I kind of knew it already.
Right.
That this was from, and I was almost relieved that he did it, because then I could focus a little bit trying to get my ankle right.
Yes.
And then so that was it. And then I played another couple of games at the end of the season. I played the famous last game of Ferguson's career, which I don't want to talk about because that was another terrible game I played.
Okay, fair enough. But may I ask, with that appearance there, you made the 10th Premier League appearance, so you got a winner's medal. I'm asking this question completely out of respect, but just because you say like you got injured and you weren't yourself, did you feel? Was it good to be that champion? I mean, I you deserved it, but I'm just wondering.
It was no. Don't worry, Jamie. It was amazing to win a Premier League winner's gold medal.
Yes.
I don't want to change it for anything in the world.
Right.
You know, it's I'm super proud of it, but I was not the champion of that team.
Right.
It was not me who won that title. I mean, I'm aware of that. I mean, I'm aware that in the great history of Manchester United and all the great players who's been there, I'm a fucking fart in the wind.
Not really, but I hear what you're saying.
Yes. There's a lot players that's been even tinier farts than me, but you know, in the great, and please don't use that as a.
Of course,
I
won't. I won't do. I promise.
No, Daily Mail is probably going to use that as a title. But I'm aware of that. I'm not disillusioned. I know that my role in the club of that history is insignificant in compared to some of the great players being there.
Yes.
I still played a role. At the end of it, I did what I was brought in to do. If you look at it cynically from the club's point of view in terms of investment and blah de blah de blah. You know, I came in, I gave some some safety to that change from Edwin van der Sar. Yes. When David wasn't playing well the first season, I was. I did what I was meant to do. I played 25 games for the club, which was the number of games I had to play for a clause to be activated in the deal they made with the Norwegian club.
Right.
So I did what, you know, I probably did what was expected,
yes.
But I didn't do what I dreamt to do, you know. And why didn't I do that? And I as I said in an earlier conversation to you as well.
Yes.
That is obviously something I've spent a lot of time and energy of reflecting on and trying to ask myself what could have been different and what was it, and without letting it take over my life as life goes on.
Yes.
But what I've concluded is that Anders Lindegaard on 100% could make a difference on that team. When I was fit and when I didn't have the issue with my ankle, which I still have, me on 100% could do a difference and was good enough. But as soon as I started dropping to 95 or 90%, it would show. Because I wasn't good enough to go through even the Premier League games against shittier teams on 90%. That was not enough. It was not enough for me to bring 90% to that table. I had to bring 100%. And as soon as I dropped to 90, I dropped to 80, I dropped to 70, I probably even dropped to 60%. God knows how much I dropped with the injury, and I had a lot of chaos in my personal life as well, my private life, which was probably more significant than the injury itself. Then I couldn't deliver 100%. And you had a lot of players there